Oh.
OK, whose stupid idea was it to film parts of this report with my feet in the waters of Lake Zurich?
Oh, God!
Twice.
Of course, I've just been told where the water in this lake comes from. Blooming glaciers, don't it?
You know, if you leave them in there long enough, they become numb and you don't feel it anymore.
Now, the person making a whole lot less fuss than me here is Julia Bisling, one of the team representing the star of the show, this underwater drone.
We started off in the search and rescue space. And we're search and rescue and then also ammunition detection and retrieval. So we mainly started for the Swiss police departments and the Swiss military. Hence, we created something that would work well in Swiss waters, in particular rivers. So that's why our robot is built in a way that it can withstand strong currents.
Yes, just as aerial drones can hold their position in strong winds, this one can stay very still, even when the water around it is rushing past at 3 knots. And today, I get to see the latest upgrade to its low-drag shell and AI-powered control software that adjusts its motors to counter the turbulence.
Tethys 1 is the newest version of this drone. It's pretty nippy, can travel at about 4 knots, and it has onboard cameras, but because the water is often far too murky to see what you're doing, it also has sonar, which it uses to build up what's called a 3D point cloud of the area. Some of the applications this is being pitched at include mapping, and today, underwater tow inspection. How are they looking? Blue? Actually, are they still there? I can't feel them. Oh, God. Oh.
Time to take Tethys for a dive, and for me to avoid hypothermia.
Take me on an adventure.
Sure.
Show me the sights.
As is common in robotics these days, Andre is using a standard, familiar, and importantly, tried, tested and reliable games controller to steer the drone.
What is this, a little fishing boat?
Yeah, it's just a small fishing boat, nothing too crazy.
It's pretty zippy. It goes pretty fast.
It's not that slow, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can't keep up, and I was swimming 7 years of my life, nearly professionally. I can't keep up with this.
You can believe that, can't you?
Yeah,
you can believe he was a nearly professional swimmer.
Well,
honestly.
Tethys 1 can dive to 300 metres, and it sends live pictures and receives steering commands through a 1.5 kilometre long cable. But it can also operate without the cable, driving autonomously and avoiding obstacles and mapping its own area, which is no mean feat, given that, unlike airborne drones, it can't see GPS satellites from underwater.
So our drone is able to map and localize at the same time. So when the drone sees like new fields that it has never seen before, it can generate a map, and then when the robot returns to that position, it can recognize that it has been there and then fuse all the information together.
So. It's a bit like the vacuum cleaner robots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's more or less the same thing.
Yeah.
But just underwater.
Okay.
Yeah.
This ability to map an area, to see in poor visibility by using sonar as well as normal cameras, plus the option to fit various grippers and tools, will allow the company to target industries operating in tricky environments. In the future, the drone may be inspecting offshore wind turbines, oil and gas pipelines, communication cables, and maybe even the hulls of ships. All areas that are hazardous even to the most highly skilled human divers.
This
is
fish.
That's
a lot of fish, yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Tethys is another example of what happens when students meet and study at university, in this case ETH in Zurich, and then decide to work together to take their research further. Who knows what discoveries await this little robot?
There's a chair.
Yeah.
There's a chair.
I mean, it's for sure.
I tell you what,
cozy.
I often see the occasional wild shopping trolley in a lake, but I rarely see a chair.
Now, where did I leave my shoes?